1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Hey, we're back at it for a Wednesday. Mike and John got it going on. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it is Wednesday, the day after Valentine's Day. And guess what? We really haven't figured out the phone yet, except there's a tutorial on how to operate this app that we use for the Gigo phone line. So we're going to have to look into
Right. And I didn't have a spare 18 hours yesterday to sit on the phone with Verizon's customer service. So
on hold line.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
We'll figure that out. Yeah. But our phone number is 517-525-9052, just in case you need to call us for something.
Right.
And we'll see if we can figure out how to open up the phone lines. Jordan Genso, our sponsor, the official Gigo Realtor of Mike and John Got It Going On. We've got lots coming up today. Of course, we'll find out if we got a winner in last night's TNT, Tuesday Night Trivia. We'll also get the latest in local news, which is brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. The 3 victims of Monday night's mass shooting on the campus of Michigan State University have been identified. Police say students Brian Frazier of Grosse Pointe and Alexandria Werner of Clawson were 2 of the 3, while family members identified the 3rd student victim as Ariel Anderson of Harper Woods. MSU police said that 5 other victims of the shooting, which took place at Berkey Hall, remain hospitalized at Sparrow Hospital in critical condition. The suspected gunman, identified as 43-year-old Anthony Dwayne McCrae, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at a location off campus after being approached by officers. The Detroit News obtained Ingham County court records that indicated McCrae was arrested in Lansing and charged in June of 2019 with carrying a concealed pistol with a concealed carry permit. That's a felony carrying a potential penalty of 5 years in prison. After Ingham County prosecutors added a second charge against McCrae in October of 2019 of possession of a loaded firearm in a vehicle, he agreed to plead guilty to the lesser charge. Prosecutors dismissed the felony count, but they say even if McCrae had been convicted on the original charge, he still likely would have avoided jail time, as the sentencing guidelines for the 2 counts are similar. Police say they still have no idea as to a motive for the shooting. A plea deal is reportedly in the works for a Linden man charged with assaulting law enforcement during the insurrection attempt at the U.S. Capitol January 6th of 2021. 63-year-old Matthew Thomas Kroll was charged in March of 2022 in an 8-count indictment, including 2 counts of assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers using a dangerous weapon. Kroll, who pleaded not guilty at his arraignment in U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C., has been in custody since he was arrested in February of last year in Linden. According to court documents, a status hearing set for Wednesday in the case had been adjourned for a 30-day continuance, as the parties believe a plea agreement can be reached, but are currently attempting to reach agreement on the appropriate guideline calculation. Authorities contend that on January 6th, Kroll pushed forward through a crowd near the Capitol steps on the east side of the building, threw a water bottle at police, pulled other civilians out of the way, and then attacked an officer with the Metropolitan Police Department. And finally, employers and prospective employees are both being sought to take part in the Livingston County Job Fair, sponsored by Brighton High School. It's set for Monday, March 6th from 6 till 7:30 p.m. Brighton High School Principal Gavin Johnson said the goal is to connect students and residents to local jobs and employment opportunities. Any business or organizations interested in participating can email Johnson for details and an application, and you'll find that email address on our website, MikeandJohnPodcast.com. And that's what's going on.
And news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Brighton's preeminent jewelry store with a commitment to customer service, community involvement, honesty, professionalism, and, of course, exquisite merchandise. If you're in the market for something custom-made, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers can take care of you. You need your jewelry cleaned or maintained. Stop by and see them today. If you're looking for Simon G designs, they have the latest, also Zagani. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers for that perfect one-of-a-kind gift, that perfect gift for that special someone. Stop by and see them today in downtown Brighton or online at cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com.
Did you see yesterday that on Valentine's Day they had the the barbershop quartet.
I did.
Whose name
I
escapes me right at this moment.
They had a different name. It's not the old regime.
The old regime
of the barbershop quartet. What were they called? If anybody remembers the barbershop quartet, 517-525-9052.
You've tuned into two old men who can't remember anything.
God, because we had them on the radio show.
Oh, yeah,
when we were downtown Brighton, and we had them stall for us when the lights wouldn't light for the holiday glow.
That was many years ago. But they did a great service.
Yes.
And it's the same gentleman because I know the one guy has the
Ralph.
Yeah,
Ralph.
And I recognized him. I
couldn't think of the name of their group.
Their names.
It'll come to you sooner or later.
It's going to happen right now.
Is it going to happen right now?
Yeah.
I think they changed the name.
Yeah. Now they're the MC Squared Barbershop Quartet.
MC Squared. Yeah. That sounds a little hipper.
It does.
Than their old name, which we can't remember because we're two old guys trying to remember the name of another old group guys.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So yes, they did a nice.
Anywho.
now who's the old guy? Anywho, you kiddos.
Now, did you also see Cooper and Binkley announce the winner of their 11th annual Greatest Valentine Love Story Contest?
And who was the winner?
It was Melissa Hain. So Melissa and Zach, told their story.
I was going to say, where was Jack?
I don't know. This is about Melissa and Zach. Now Zach's like going, "Who's Jack?"
That's right.
So. But they told their story, and their wedding got delayed by COVID and some medical issues. But they finally were able to get together and have a beautiful wedding.
They made it through the rain.
It's a nice story. So go to Facebook or Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.com, and of course you can find out the story there. So congratulations to Melissa and Zach.
My wife got me a couple of really nice cards for Valentine's.
2 cards?
2 cards. We have one romantic one. One funny one.
Well.
How about that?
You're a 2-carder, huh?
Well, it was a 2-for-1 deal, I think.
Okay.
See, this is
or did you have one left over? I guess I get this one.
Going through the card drawer. Oh, here's a nice one. I should have brought them in, but I kind of forgot. How about you? Nice Valentine's Day with the missus?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a typical card trade.
Card swap.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Now,
I threw some Godiva chocolate in with mine.
Oh, look at you.
And I knew something would be coming back my way.
There's a couple missing. Yeah, that's typical. All right. Was it the heart-shaped thing? Or?
No. It was,
just Godiva.
It was right.
It's
was the one that was right up at the register at Target.
Right
with the little section of cards. Like, hey, you dummies. Make it convenient.
We made it through it, and here we go. It's Wednesday, and today is National Hippo Day.
Oh, wow.
It's also Gumdrop Day. Are you a gumdrop eater?
Now, what is a gumdrop, like a juju bee? Or
yeah,
juju
that's
fruit?
good. They almost look like a little dome.
Yeah.
A little cap.
Okay.
That's kind of a gumdrop thing. National Maine Day and Susan B. Anthony Day. Maine Day being the USS Maine.
Which blew up in Havana Harbor.
We're supposed to remember that one. I knew you would know that because you're a history buff.
Yeah.
So yes, the U.S. Maine.
Remember the Maine.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's why it's Remember the Maine Day.
Right. Which, although they said it was sabotage, and now they proved it was actually the boiler just blew up.
But sabotage sounded more warlike, didn't it?
They probably had the Verizon One Talk app, and it blew up.
The Fetzer valve went bad.
So.
Anyway, we want to thank Jordan Genso, our new show sponsor, the official Gigo Realtor, Jordan Genso with Remax Platinum, a community servant, community realtor with over 15 years in real estate. As a part of the Genso team, Jordan can use his local knowledge and experience to provide you with the expertise you need when it comes to either buying or selling a home. And you know what? Each day on the show, since Jordan is now the official show sponsor, we're going to give you a little Jord bit or tidbit about Jordan.
It's a Jord bit?
A Jord bit.
All right, so I have
a bit
some Jord bits right here.
Jord. No, a Jord bit sounds
Jord
better.
bit?
Let's go with Jord bit.
You think so?
I'm going to add that because it says random tidbit. We're going to change that to a random Jord bit. And John just happens to have a list of random Jord bits.
I do. Very random.
Very random.
Right.
You're not just pulling this out.
Oh, no.
Out of thin
Well,
air.
who doesn't know this
Jord.
off the top of their head?
Jord bit.
It's a Jord bit.
All right. It sounds like something that you could buy at the hardware store.
Okay.
Here's your random Jord bit.
Today's Jord bit.
Or a Gen bit. Genso bit.
I think Jordbit.
Jordbit? Okay. We'll go with Jordbit.
We're going to go with Jordbit. Jordan's father, Ron Genso, was the first member of the family to get his real estate license in 1996. Bet you didn't know this is a family thing.
I didn't know that.
It runs in the family. Yeah. Jordan's mother, Ruth, received hers shortly thereafter.
Oh my gosh, they're a family of realtors.
And that's where the Genso team comes from. Yeah.
I see.
5 different family members.
Wait a minute.
What?
Or was mom and dad letting him play on the team just because he's their kid?
You know
how parents are when they have their team?
Nepotism.
Oh, my kid's a starter.
Right. I wonder if they started him out like,
okay.
Hey, you can... Here, like, why don't you...
You give tours of the basement,
Yeah,
Jordan.
you can
You
show
go,
him,
Jordan.
You show him the shed. Hey, Jordan will show you the shed.
Sure.
But you got to start somewhere. But he's worked his way up.
Absolutely, he has. He's leader of the team now, captain.
5 different family members have been part of the family business in the years since. Ruth was always the team lead until 2016 when she passed the torch to Jared and Jordan.
Wow.
So,
well, who's Jared now? Is that a brother?
That may be coming up in another Jord bit.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking ahead at another Jord bit.
Don't reveal.
And it's his older brother. It's his older brother. Sorry, a little foreshadowing.
Look at that.
So,
join us next time when we find out more about Jared, who's on the Genso team.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get in touch with Jordan, Jared, or any of the team, how do you do that, John? What's that number?
For Jordan?
Yes. Do you remember?
It's 248
Yes.
444
Don't say it wrong. The kids get mad.
9777.
Not 9777.
No,
we don't want to make it that easy for you to remember.
Old radio guys like us, you always want to, we're sort of taught to, pair up the numbers like that. Go, 9777.
9777.
But,
so it's really
Cora
easy to remember.
and Stella.
You got 3 4s in the beginning and 3 7s at the end. So that's what makes it real easy. 444 9777.
And that's how Cora and Stella like it.
That's
Of course,
right.
we learned in yesterday's Jord bit, Cora and Stella.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to that because I was dealing with the phone that we don't
Well,
want
yeah, I
to
understand.
deal with.
Those are Jordan's daughters.
Exactly.
They're big fans of the podcast.
All right.
Well, until yesterday. So
we want to thank everybody that joined us for the live stream yesterday to take part in our Valentine's Day giveaway. We apologize for the lack of technology. The lack of knowledge of our own technology.
We're learning as we go along here.
It's much like people when we first started doing a podcast and they didn't know how to find us.
Right.
We tried to make it as simple as possible.
And when we got the phone line, the app that we used here.
Because we're too cheap to buy
for the Giggle line, we went with the very cheapest option, which you get what you pay for. So we may have to up the game a little.
We just found out there was a tutorial on how to use this app. So we're going to look into that.
That was the pre-show. We were like, oh, look, a tutorial.
We don't have time before the show to go through this.
I'm sure our wives are like, I'm so shocked.
Directions.
You avoided the directions. Why? That's shocking.
So surprising.
But if you do want to call us on the Giggle line, you can. We think
517-525-9052, and you may want to chime in on trivia because I don't think we got an answer.
Okay, in last night's trivia
from TNT trivia, of course, brought to you by our friends at Firehouse Doors, OG sponsor of Mike and John Got It Going On. I've been serving Livingston County for 25 years with unparalleled service and products. Our question, and see if this has happened with you, because this was not a part of my child upbringing, bringing up the kids. A recent survey found 40% of parents do this to save time and make school day mornings go smoother. What is it?
Yeah. No, I would never do this.
It's so 40% of parents in a survey said
get arrested
they do this in order to make the mornings, school mornings, go by quicker, easier, smoother, make it much easier.
You're looking for time efficiencies in the morning.
And since really we were morning guys, we weren't there for the get the kids up into school kind of routine. So
and now
that's
I get
our
to
excuse.
Be. Yay.
And
your kids are already grown and out. I still have one I got to take to school.
So
anyway, I'm happy to pitch in.
Yes, you are. You're a helper and a giver.
Every morning.
So set out clothes. I think when they're little, it's like, okay, here's what we're wearing tomorrow. Now, my son Eric used to do that because it's like, okay, had all his jerseys, and it's like, okay, the Pistons are playing tomorrow. I'm going to wear a Pistons jersey. Look, it's Chauncey Billups coming to school. That's a great guess, but it's not it. Does not have to do with the kids' clothing. Set the table for breakfast. Say, okay. Bowl,
Put the
spoon,
bowl or, yeah.
cup. Maybe the box of cereal sitting there so the kids could read the back of the box.
Waffle iron out. Yeah,
Dude.
you're not gonna do that. You're gonna get the frozen ones out of
You got the Eggos.
Yeah.
Eggos lined up in the freezer ready to go.
Actually, what I do is I put them in the toaster, and then I put the toaster in the freezer.
you're
And then it's
real-
ready to just...
That's a smart move. Take showers at night, said Christine.
Right.
That way they don't have to do it. Make the lunch in advance.
Well, yeah.
That's a good idea. Or
Again,
set out the lunch money.
Time-saving things is what you're looking for.
Get up before the kids do. That's usually a good routine if you want to speed things up. Otherwise, they're not getting up.
No. And at a certain age, that line crosses where you're definitely up before they are.
It's time to get up.
Yeah. So
let's see. Skip breakfast, said Kim. That's not a good way
You
to
should
start
not
the
do
day.
that.
No. Use let's see. Skip their own breakfast. The parents skipping their own breakfast as
Right.
opposed to the kids. Make sure the homework is in the backpack. Maybe do that the night before. Is the homework done and in the backpack?
right. What?
What homework? I had homework.
I had homework.
There was
Yeah.
homework.
Yeah. No, you usually hear about the homework that
That
morning.
morning.
I don't want to go to school because I didn't do homework.
Jeff said, play music. Get them up and going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, the music the kids like
Oh,
that
yeah.
you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Hey, here's the Young Rascals kids.
It's a beautiful morning.
What is this?
Yeah. Good thing we weren't around for this in the early days. Let's see. Any other practice receiving calls on their podcast hotline,
Oh,
said Aubrey.
someone's being a smart
Audrey,
ass.
Yeah.
Are they?
And you know what? There's a lot of
Yeah.
likes and thumbs up and laughs. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Kids,
Yeah.
we probably needed a kid to show
you kind of
operate
nailed it.
this
Yeah,
stuff.
we do need a kid. If you're a kid that knows how to operate this thing.
That's a great answer. It's not the right one, but
Now,
thank you.
If by chance, now we don't have a correct answer, right? Nobody was able to correctly guess.
Charlie from over in Madrid said, personally, I sleep in. Nothing is more motivational than a high stakes tardiness.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So no right answer.
Well, in Spain, you know,
Do they even go to school in Spain?
I do believe they do.
Do they?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they do.
Just checking.
So we don't have a correct answer
No,
on
we don't.
Facebook.
No.
So if somebody wants to chime in on the Gigo line,
Or in our comments section on the YouTube
one
live.
at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't have another Taylor Swift incident like
Well, yeah,
yesterday.
I mean, yesterday-
That's what really happened.
Right.
If you
And-
look at the way things, the phone calls were coming in, the voicemails we got,
And
the missed
Susan,
calls.
Susan, you know, she called it yesterday. I mean, she said, look, it was so popular. It was just like when everyone swamped Ticketmaster to get those Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
it was the same thing.
it was just
we got
like-
swamped. The technology failed because
Yeah.
of the rush
It
of
was-
excitement.
It's like the internet
Yeah.
exploding.
So, yes,
It's
it's
kind of what
exactly that way. So I think, you know,
So we apologize for breaking the phone systems from all those phone calls that happened yesterday
right.
and all the messages that we received. We did hear you loud and clear. Thank you for leaving those
Right.
voicemails.
And congratulations, by the way, to Brenda and Dawn,
Yes.
who are the two people that did manage to get
And then Mr. Give It All Away at the end of the show
to Mary.
to Mary another
Who
$100.
chimed in on the live chat, which you can always do.
So the thing with that is, you know, we said we were going to give away $500. We actually gave away $600,
Right.
and that extra 100 is coming from you.
Okay, sure.
Because you just all of a sudden decided, hey, I'm going to give away
Well,
more money.
there was all these people hanging on in the live chat, and I thought, you know what, let's reward the live chatters. And that's their new name, by the way.
Live chatters?
The live chatters.
Live chatters. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
By the
part
way,
of
if anyone can, maybe they could chime in on the live chat if they can remember the name of the barbershop quartet that we can't seem to recall at this
Gosh,
moment.
what are they called?
Yeah.
You got me stumped on that one. You know who might know is our friends at Firehouse Stores. They're the OG sponsor
Absolutely,
of
they would know.
the show, and they were the sponsor of trivia as well. 25th year of serving Livingston County, our friends at Firehouse Stores. Family-owned and operated business, striving to treat each customer like family. Firehouse Stores, veteran-owned business. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. Your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and our sides, John. Do you remember?
Rolling steel overhead doors.
There you go. For the past 22 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized CHI overhead doors distributor. Call today, 810-599. 7480. Firehouse Doors, the OG sponsor, Mike and John. Got it going on. Gosh, what were the names of those guys?
It was the I keep wanting to call them
The Lamplighters.
The Lamplighters.
The Lamplighters. Still got it.
Victory.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. I kept wanting to call them the Sweet Adelines, but I knew that was
That was their theme.
Sweet Adeline. Sweet Adeline.
Hey, Adeline, hit the road.
Yeah, but they're a great group. They've renamed themselves and good for them.
So I wonder where the MC2 or MC squared came from. The Lamplighters.
Maybe we need to have Ralph on the show. You know what? We should reach out to Ralph.
Well,
and
do you want me to look him up?
Let's
look up Ralph.
Okay.
From the Lamplighters. And
no, from the MC squared.
Well, the MC squared, but they were the Lamplighters. I wonder. The Livingston County Lamplighters. I can't believe it took me that long to remember.
It's one of those things where you know it, and the minute you go to access the information in your brain, it like runs away. Yeah. Like, oh no.
It was. I had to dig through a lot of Scooby-Doo facts.
There's all the crap that's stuck up there that's in the way.
It's like a log
all the
jam.
Gilligan's Island episodes. It's like
the Brady Bunch getting lost in
get the mosquitoes.
The Grand Canyon.
It's trying to get to where you need to be, and then it finally gets there.
Yeah. And in our history lesson, we will have a tie to Gilligan's Island. I promise. Yeah. Even though Gilligan's Island isn't in the history lesson, there is a tie to it. So,
is there?
Well, in our history lesson.
Oh,
a little bit, yeah. When we get to the history lesson. If you're having car trouble, Murphy's Family Auto can take care of you. They're open on Saturdays from 8 to 1. Call Murphy's Family Auto at 517-552-3040. And the cool thing is, if you mention Mike and John, they'll give you 5% off your bill. How about that? Yes. Yes, you knew that. They're open 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Tell Mike and John sent you for that 5% discount. We have our 2-cent history lesson coming up. Tomorrow, Rich Perlberg is back with The Less You Know.
He would have remembered the Lamplighters.
I don't know if he would have remembered them.
I think he probably would.
He's never been serenaded, as far as we know, by the Lamplighters like we have. Did you find Ralph's number?
No, I don't.
Okay, you didn't. You came up
looked,
empty.
You
came up empty.
Well, you look.
No,
then.
I'm. You're getting a little defensive.
Someone get a hold of Ralph. Tell him to call us on Giggle Line.
All right. So our 2-cent history brought to you by Drew Goebel of Oakland Insurance.
I got to change that thing again.
Okay. Am I making you work a little too hard?
What
today?
the hell, man?
I'm sorry. Do you need me to stall for a minute?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Okay, it's up there.
2-cent history lesson brought to you by Drew Goebel and Oakland Insurance. Drew brags about this to his friends, by the way. He's like, do you know that I sponsor the 2-cent history lesson?
I'm good friends with those guys.
I'm an acquaintance of those guys.
What's their name again?
I
can't remember their name. What's the name?
Yeah, we mentioned that it's Hippo Day, Gumdrop Day, and Remember the Maine Day. That's the USS Maine.
Right.
The tie to Gilligan's Island. 1903 on this day, the first teddy bears went on sale in America. Oh. And if it were not for that, Thurston Howell would not have had Teddy.
Come on, Teddy. Come on, Teddy, let's go.
Lovey and Teddy. If I was Lovey, I'd be questioning that. But, she got...
I'm sure Lovey's like, you just go off with
Thurston Howell III. It was on this day in 1931, Dracula appeared in a film for the first time.
Was it Bela Lugosi?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Bela Lugosi. Sounds like a restaurant. Hey, you want to go out to Bela Lugosi tonight?
Sure. Their eggplant parmesan is great. It's awesome.
It's the Bela special. On this day in 1968, and I'm sure John will know a little bit more about this than I because he is the history buff. 1968, John and Cynthia Lennon, along with George and Patty Harrison, the Lennons and the Harrisons went on a little trip. It may have been a long trip. They went to India.
They were tripping all right.
they flew over to India.
Right.
To study meditation.
With the Maharishi.
The Maharishi Mahesh Yogi.
Yeah. In
not Yogi Bear.
No.
At Yellowstone Park.
Yeah.
It was over in India.
Yeah, it was in India. At the ashram.
Yeah.
Ashram.
Ashram.
And I just want to make sure you're
ashram.
pronouncing that correctly.
I
guess they... I
think Ringo went over and got bored.
He did. He left early. Actually, he didn't like the food. He actually brought... This is true. He brought a suitcase full of beans.
I knew he'd know more than I. I would have brought peanut butter and jelly, maybe some Wonder Brown. Maybe
He's like, I don't know about this
butter.
food. And so he had a suitcase full of beans. I think when he ran out of beans, he's like, I got to go.
I got the
and the rest of
ones
them were like, you know what, Ringo? You've been eating beans the whole time. You can go. So he split early.
Yeah, he took off. But the main thing that came out of this whole meditation thing was the White Album, right?
Yeah, they worked on a lot of the music that came out from the White Album.
George became one with the sitar.
Well, he was already sort of groovy. But Sexy Sadie, which is on the White Album, is about the Maharishi. That was John Lennon's kind of stinger because it didn't end well because the Maharishi was kind of...
Oh, he was hitting on the ladies, wasn't he?
He was hitting on all the chicks. I mean, he passed himself off as I'm this guru.
I'm
very enlightened. I'm beyond sexuality. And then they open his door and he's got a bunch of teenage chicks hanging around. They're like, hey!
All right. Well, it was meditation.
Yeah, so...
if you want to call it that.
What are you going to do?
So let's summarize this event. Ringo had the runs and had to go.
Okay.
In more ways than one.
Well, yeah.
There was the Maharishi.
Right.
Or Maharishi?
Who was
Maharishi? He was a stud. He was in India.
He was a predator, but yeah, go
on. Okay. Well, it was the '60s, and that's how they.
Although
it was in India.
I guess they eventually reconciled, but anyway, yeah. At the time, they were like, yeah. Well, and John also wanted to get back because he wanted to get back to Yoko, even though he was with Cynthia. He was only with Yoko. He was like, yeah, I got to get back.
Yeah, I got an album to work on.
To work on an album.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we learned a little bit of something about that.
There's actually a documentary about I think it's called The Beatles and India, or The Beatles in India. Yeah. Pretty good.
Indeed. 1991, Kelly Emberg,
nerd,
who was the ex-girlfriend of Rod Stewart, filed a $25 million palimony suit in L.A. The couple had lived together from 85 to 90.
Right.
And she said, well, I'm almost like your wife. So she filed this palimony suit for $25 million. Rod said after the event, instead of getting married again, I'm going to find a woman I don't like and give her a house.
Okay.
He was that frustrated.
Yeah, well, I think he did okay.
You think he did?
I think
Rod's not broke?
Rod came out okay.
Rod's not broke.
Yeah, I think Rod's okay.
And finally, it was on this day in 1995, the FBI arrested the most wanted hacker. His name, Kevin Mitnick. Mitnick. What did
Kevin do?
They charged him with cracking the security in some of the world's most protected computers. Old Kevin Mitnick.
Kevin, what are you doing down there? Nothing.
Just hacking the government. And that's your 2-cent history lesson. Brought to you by Drew Goebel and Oakland Insurance.
Did someone text you?
I don't know.
I'm just.
Let me see.
I heard maybe it was me. No.
I think you contacted me for no apparent reason.
Well, it never is a reason. So, okay.
I'll do the commercial.
I'm just leaving because somebody chimed in on the live line. Jana Falkulan, so.
Did they say anything?
Just hi.
Oh, well, hi. Is it Jana or Jonah?
It said Happy Valentine's Day. I mean,
it's a day
but she is tuning in. That's what she said with 3 thumbs up.
That's what she.
But then she said Happy Valentine's Day with 3 black hearts. What does that mean? Jana, do you know?
Well, she's the one that
sent it. She's chiming in.
All right. 2-cent history and distraction, brought to you by Oakland Insurance. Owning a business and working with a distracted partner who sees squirrels often,
Jana,
can be a labor of love. But frankly, your insurance shouldn't make more work for you.
Yeah. How you doing?
As a business owner, you rely on relationships. You really have to be strong in those relationships. Drew Goebel of Oakland Insurance believes the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair. You can depend on Oakland Insurance, a Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance, to personally work for you and with you for all your insurance needs. So if you're looking for a proactive partner, not just a part-time assistant.
Jana,
let's be frank.
What are you doing? Oh, wait, what? Sorry.
Have a frank conversation with our friend Drew Goebel of Oakland Insurance. Call Drew today. 248-647-2500. That's 248-647-2500.
Jonna answered.
And what did Jonna have to say?
Fine here, sir.
I think
Yeah.
Jonna is not real.
No, what are you talking about?
Did Jonna offer you money?
What should we say to Jonna?
Want to be on the show? Let's see if Jonna is real.
Want to be on our show.
Have Jonna call us right now at 517-525-9052.
Call
I do not think Jonna is real, John.
I think she's real.
Especially since it's a Jonna.
Well, it's
Maybe
just
it's an alternate
different
personality.
525-9052.
Yeah,
That's the giggle.
That's the giggle round.
Right.
Did you get it right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I think that's going to be the end of the
What are you talking about? Well, then we got to wait for her to call. Jana's going to call. This is like me in middle school, waiting by the phone.
Is this on?
And high school.
And
college.
And college, too.
And,
Are the ramen noodles done? I don't think so.
Oh, Jordan chimed in. He says, it's a trap, Jonna.
See? You're caught in a trap.
Yeah.
You can't get out.
It happens.
That's going to do it for today.
Pretty much every day on this show.
Back tomorrow.
Yeah. Rich Perlberg, the less you know.
2-cent history.
Learn
trivia
less.
question.
For sure. It's going to be great.
That's what she said. That's what Jonna said.
I snorted again. Sorry. Okay. We're out.
With Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.